Idaho has been able to come up with a comeback every time they've looked dead in the water. They need one last run to try to come out with another huge road win to open the year. But the Aggies are smelling blood, and Ryan Bennett has been the shark today. Bennett with the cross. Bennett with the sauce!
Getting down court, trying to get a paint touch, make something happen.
They get it down in a hurry. Cooper. Soljanovic! Oh, that was nasty! Sussex stops on a dime. Megan Norris, extra pass. Epps. Yes, sir! We enter the final day of the regular season in the Big West, and still a lot of key spots up for grabs up and down the standings, just days before the Big West tournament in Henderson, Nevada next week. It's UC Davis and Long Beach State doing battle here on Senior Day inside University Credit Union Center as we welcome you in one last time in the 2024 campaign. I'm Greg Wong, joined by the former Aggie great, Kayla Livingston. Kayla, let's start with Long Beach State. They are locked into the 7th spot in the Big West tournament, and it's a rebuilding year, first season for Amy Wright as the head coach for the Beach, but one of the players that does return from last year's squad that they're going to try to lean on as they try to make a run in the tournament is Savannah Tucker, a player I know you played against when you were playing at UC.
Well, a terrific coaching matchup tonight between some ex-Kings, Jim Less and Mike Bibby. You see their tenures separated by about a decade, and you know, Mike Bibby is a legend, and he is all in on the Sac State program, and he basically told us he does not sugarcoat things. Neither does the guy on the right, and the guy on the left doesn't either.
No, not at all, man. And that's what you want if you're a player, man. Especially, I mean, you got 2 NBA point guards right here that are teaching their guys and being able to show, you know, this a wealth of knowledge, right? They probably forgotten more basketball than a lot of us have known, and you know, to be able to have that in the city. I was talking to Coach Bibby on the media call, and you know, one of the things, there's a lot of synergy. Here goes some more.
Soljanovic, watch out, open floor. He does not get the foul call.
They're letting them play today, man.
Aggies are apoplectic on their end, and it leads to an alley-oop, and Cherry with the finishing touches.
4-point swing right there, man.
Well, yeah, Mike Bibby basically said, guys, if they came in with agendas, then you're going to find out quick that's going to land you on the bench.
Well, yeah, and the thing is that, you know, in this new era of college basketball, everybody has one, right? People are getting paid. People want to be able to move up, get better, get more money, right? And, you know, to be able to navigate through that is probably one of the hardest things, right? Because, oh, sheesh. Yeah, so he did just trip over himself. And then you got this nice lob right here by Mikey. That's it's a tough pass to be able to make, but a great finisher.
Yeah, I think on that replay, that was a good no call.
Oh, yeah. I mean, sometimes things look worse than what it actually is, and that was the case with that. Good pass.
Soljanovic keeps his footing that time.
He got it back.
Made the other guy trip. That's what you want to do.
Most definitely.
It was funny talking to Mike Bibby. He said that, you know, he has only met Jim here and there, Jim Less, but he said he used to play as Jim Less while he was working the controls on some old video games back in the day. He said, I wanted a guy that could shoot, and that's why he used Jim.
That's funny, man. Now, it was funny when the Golden One Center was being built. You know, Coach Les, being a legend, was able to get myself and Brenton Lamar into that gym to be able to see stuff as Isaiah Chappelle hits that 3, man. Really good stretch 4 for the UC Davis Aggies. And, you know, there was a lot of the legends that I used to grow up watching, right? I remember seeing Bobby Jackson, who was my favorite player growing up, and Mike Bibby was there as well, man. And Brenton and I were able to take a picture with him and ask him a few questions and pick his brain and things like that, man. And, you know, again, we have a guy that, I mean, 2001 to 2008 was literally me in elementary and middle school. So it was a formidable years, and he was, you know, the guy to be able to, you know, make the city of Sacramento, you know, so proud during those eras.
Well, right now, the Hornets showing off some of that talent, and Bear Cherry is a one-man wrecking crew right now for the Hornets. But this Isaiah Chappelle 3 gave the Aggies a brief lead before Cherry got it right back. Well, Connor Sevilla has put the work in. As Darius said, he started as a walk-on, and now he's become the Aggie just absolute sniper from downtown. We're seeing the full array today.
No, definitely, man. I mean, to be able to see him, progress throughout these years. I remember the first time I saw him at a practice. I told him as he was just trying to find his way here that he's really good to stay confident and to find a way to just continue to get better, man. And it's just very good to be able to see him really start thriving, I should say, and show a little swagger out there. He knows who he is now. He's confident in himself, and he understands that he impacts winning so much on his basketball team.
Connor last year, and you'll see teammates do this, coaches do this for players that are from out of the country. They'll invite them over for the Thanksgiving holiday. Last year, Pablo Tamba, who is now an LSU Tiger, he went to the Sevilla's household in San Ramon. Cherry does get the look off, can't hit. And he had Thanksgiving with the Sevillas. And we asked Connor on the radio side after the Aggies' last win, what was the highlight for you? It was mac and cheese.
Gotta love the mac and cheese. Now I'm looking forward to that for my sister this year.
Backdoor, Soljanovic. He is met by Brandon Gardner, his first playing time of the night, but they do whistle him for the foul. Gardner with some sauce on that block. However, they did call a foul. Darius, what'd you think?
Hey, man, no easy buckets, right? You got to be able to protect the paint. And, like I said, just because even though it's a foul, you take that, you make them earn it at the line.
You agree with the call? You think he had some of that hand?
I think he had his hand on him and stuff like that, so that got him a little off balance.
Wasn't too much. Most of that was clean, but enough for the foul. And Omer Soljanovic has had a good game. It is going to be fun to watch this guy develop. 13 points. This wiry young Austrian.
I mean, the word that I have for him is mature, especially as a freshman, to be able to come in and do what he's doing and move around. I mean, I know Coach Les is excited about his future.
Wilson steps into it. Aggies, if they could hit these threes other than Connor Sevilla at a decent clip, they'd be out in front. As it is, they're within one. Gardner will try it from the corner. This is off of the Hornets. This is Brandon Gardner, who has played sparingly in the first few games of the year, but he's another guy that was highly regarded, top 100 recruit coming out of high school, transfer from USC.
That's one of those things, right? When you are trying to make an impact, trying to make a play, you sometimes get a little antsy to just be aggressive, right? And, we've seen it with the block shot, which you love, and sometimes that first one, you may or may not, maybe drive, try to get a little bit of rhythm before you get that first one. You seen it right there.
Another turnover. This game has been chaotic. It's been helter-skelter. Teat will take it right to the chest of Chappelle, and he gets the foul call.
A little miscommunication there on the other end by the Aggies.
Yeah, take us through this turnover.
Yeah, just a little miscommunication. My dad used to always say one person zig when he thought he was going to zag. And, just an unfortunate turnover which led to a live ball play where Zach got caught up in the mix. Not Zach, Isaiah. My apologies.
No relation, again, between Zach, who's a former Hornet player, and Isaiah, who's from L.A., and he's also looked really improved this year. Number 20 in white. There's T.
T, Sacramento native, man.
Capital Christian.
Was able to see him work out a little bit this summer, and can really put the ball in the basket. A really, really good shooter. Missed those free throws right now, but has been able to be very effective for the Sac State Hornets early this season.
They're leaving points at the line. The Hornets, they're 9 out of 13. The Aggies, where they are really skilled, is drawing fouls, making free throws. They're doing it again tonight, 14 out of 17. Wilson steps on the gas.
Great strong drive by Wilson, man. Really steady Eddie, man. He keeps this team calm. A true point guard, if you will.
This roster filled with guards as it usually is for Jim Les. Another missed shot by the Hornets. The Aggies are up one. as we continue to seesaw here in the second half of a Causeway Classic right now. That is shaping up to be one of the best in this series. This is the 123rd meeting. Cooper. And both teams now starting to make their way to the line. Cooper hit, and he will limp to the free throw line. This is on Cherry. This will be his third. No, it's against Williams, and here's this finish. Man, to get it over top of everybody.
You know, he who hits first wins, and Wilson was able to establish that contact and be able to stay balanced and, really kiss it off the glass, man. Really good drive. You know, Nils has this thing that he has that old school type of game, man. He loves getting into that post and really being able to punish those guys right there. Using his footwork, staying strong, absorbing that contact.
And some of it's natural ability. Obviously, he's got it in the genes, but that footwork, that is stuff that you practice a long time.
No, definitely, man.
I was going to ask, take me through this. What goes into the Aggies' decision here to send all four guys off the free throw lane lines?
I think this is one of those things that, if Nils misses that shot, you just kind of want to have some guys back. They're really good in transition. They're kicking the ball up, so maybe just set up their press a little bit earlier.
Aggies last year, I have to imagine they were one of the top teams in the nation in 10-second violations forced because of that pressure. Here's Gardner, who's getting a little extended run. Now Cherry. There's the late double by Cooper, and the Aggies stop the big man. He's got 20.7 rebounds. Aggies trying to build on this lead. Their largest lead has been 5. They go high screen and roll. Wilson to Chappelle, blocked by Cherry. They're going to run it right back. Here come the Hornets. Prophet Johnson makes a beeline to the rim.
Good drive by Prophet.
There's that home run ball that we've seen Wilson throw. Cooper with a nice catch. Finds the open man. It's Marcus Wilson.
That's good basketball, right? When you're able to get the ball up the court, what you do is what they call flattening out the defense. You live with that 3 right there.
Aggies just 5 for 24 on threes. That ball halfway down. He will get 2 shots. Close to an and 1. And Prophet Johnson out of Dayton, Ohio, after he scored 18 and 11 his last time out. He'll go to the free throw line with 10 points and 4 rebounds that he's had tonight. Back and forth we go. It has been a fight in this year's Causeway Classic.
Well, it's time for a Hercules Tires strong move of the game. Pretty deep well of moves we could have chosen today, but the winner, Tova Sable, the senior, that is a block with a little something extra on the end of it, sending the Aggies on the brakes, and that is a beautiful finish by Epps. Again, that's our Hercules Tires strong move of the game. Now, these two teams have played a lot over the years. We've talked about that at length. Irvine, Hawaii, UC Davis, you mix and match any one of those 3 teams against each other, they've had a lot of history. This is going to be Hawaii ball.
Good tip by both Mozzie and Sydney. They are, again, they're flying around.
This is right up there with some of the great games these two teams have played. And it's on senior day, big crowd, a lot of Hawaii fans. And there's been plenty of chippiness on both sides. And who knows, this might not be the last time they meet this year.
You can sense that the end of the season is coming, though. Everybody's playing their best basketball right now.
Yeah, this is a preview of what we're going to get in Henderson. That is going to be a treat. Leifotu with a big layup. Man, has she been large today.
Shifty, knows how to get her shot off. Consistent, too, throughout the entire game.
Now the Aggies need a bucket here, trying to come up with an answer. Harris, nice drive. Sable for 3 and the tie. Yes, sir! First 3 of the game for Tova Sable, one of the great players in Aggie history. On senior day, rains down a triple to tie the game at 56. And an official's timeout. Again, I think we have a clock issue. You know, Tova, I don't even know if she was ready to shoot this three. She was not expecting that pass. And they are going to review this to see if it was a 2 or a 3. So we'll see if we get an angle at this.
But again, Tova Sable does not need any time. She can be standing straight up and still be able to make that shot. So much power, so much strength in her legs.
We talked about how it is going to be a three-pointer, it looks like. Yeah, confirmed it's a 3. She was behind the line. You've talked about when she first got here, she was primarily a scorer. I don't even know why they needed to review that.
Me either. I don't know what we're seeing.
I don't think either team is going to complain about some more rest right now, but Tova has just rounded her game so sharply between her defense, her passing, her dribbling. She truly is a player that does a little bit of everything. Actually, not a little bit. A lot of everything. Here's Jovile Fotu. Usually her sister, Wahine Kapu, that's doing most of the scoring. Right now, it's Leifotu. Wahine Kapu, though, still can get hot in a hurry. And you're getting the sense that she is getting in a groove.
Yeah, I mean, Hawaii did a great job of just having a lot of switches, a lot of confusion on the defensive end, and that's what gets Wahine Kapu a really wide open mid-range shot.
Missed her last for first 11 shots. Sable. That's a high percentage shot for her, just maybe a little wide of an angle. But anyway, Wahine Kapu is now 4 for 16, so she's hit 3 of her past 5. And Hawaii gets a stop. No doubt, points are going to be hard to come by down the stretch. Leifotu, Sable again played the defense. She got a hand on that. A dozen on the timer.
There's a lot of blocks going on in this gym. It's nice to see.
It has felt like a block party for sure. Actually, I'm not, Sable didn't argue, so she did get a piece of that. Burns with another steal. Sends Epps the other way. We are tied again. Sydney Burns has been the igniter. Playing up to her last name.
And what's great, too, is Nia Epps is just always sprinting down the floor, ready for that transition pass after that steal.
Burning the midnight oil on this end of the floor. Wahine Kapu, nowhere to go with Sable. Leifotu, again, Tova right there, but they call a foul. Tova didn't like it. This is, yet again, Sydney Burns reading it all the way. 5 steals in Honolulu, 4 in the rematch. And Nia Epps with the conversion. And they call this in the act of shooting too. Again, I think the Aggies think Leifotu sold the contact. We'll see if we get another look. Jovile Fotu with 11 points. She averages about 5 a game.
Maybe a little bit on the arm.
And I couldn't tell on the back end whether she got her on the head also. Two free throws for the Wahine. They have 17 free throws today, 13 out of 17. The Aggies 8 out of 12. And again, we have a clock issue. Scott Osborne has given the scores table a workout today. Burns is going to do it herself. Nice spin, going glass, Sydney Burns.
She is on fire. Defense, offense does not matter. She's leading this team great.
She is completely tearing the roof off this place. Loudest 6 points you're ever going to see. Tied again at 60. Perez. Aggies with a chance now to take the lead, and guess who tapped that rebound in Norris? Sydney Burns. And she steps on the gas. The motor is relentless.
Backdoor, Epps. Yes, and a foul! The Aggies take the lead. Sydney Burns and Nia Epps have put the Aggies on their back down the stretch. And Sydney Burns is putting on a mixtape of her own.
I am loving the energy on the bench, in the gym. It's contagious. You can see it.
We've talked all year long about Nia Epps' finishing ability. So much improvement. She has not missed a layup today. Maybe the first one early, but other than that, she has been automatic from down there. And there the and one. Aggies up 3. A hard screen. Wahine Kapu, Leifotu for the tie. Rims out, Harris with a box out. A putback up and in. Aggies thought it should have been over the back. And there is Tamilo. All 6'5" of her making a 1-point game. Under a minute left in another classic between UC Davis and Hawaii. Sable for 3. The senior buries it. One of the great scores this program has ever seen. Give the Aggies a 4-point lead with another 3-point hit. And Leifotu. One more response by the Wahine to stay alive. This is a 5-second differential. And so Hawaii is gonna foul. Tova Sable, this is what the great ones do. End of the game, that is when they take over the game.
This is why she always has the green light. She knows she can make it in crunch time.
So Burns was the one that got fouled. I give a lot of credit to Hawaii. With this place erupting, they have come down to the other end and just made some huge shots to keep them in it. But Burns at the line. It's been her day. It still is.